She stopped these workers because they looked suspicious, and one wasn't wearing her ID badge. But as you can see, Officer Karen is clearly having a bad day, and she's about to make it all of these people's problem. But just watch Officer Karen's response when she walks away to radio in this guy's name.
Make sure you tell me the right thing. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
I know you're not.
I know you ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong, but I want you to identify yourself because you're going in and out of all these buildings. That's all I asked for, right?
Grandmother.
And then he's not in any uniform, and she has no badge, and she has no badge, and she has no badge. Where's the badge?
But you making us look for the bad people, so I'm
at anybody's phones. I want a badge.
Let's go.
I want a badge.
Let's go. I want to go to jail.
A badge.
Because I'm looking.
I want a badge.
I'm putting me in handcuffs. Let's go. I'm not breaking any law, Miss Lady.
Now these people are at work, and they've offered to show her their employee IDs on their phones. And they aren't even breaking any laws. Officer Karen just thinks they look a bit out of place, and she's determined to escalate. Now let's get one thing straight. This situation occurred in Pennsylvania, a state that does not have a stop and ID law. You are not required to provide your name, address, ID, or immigration status to police in Pennsylvania just because an officer stopped you.
Are we being detained?
2772 to 2772.
So we are being detained.
Are we being detained?
I just want your
So we're being
identification.
detained because
Are we
you're
being
suspicious.
detained?
Give me your badges. If you can certainly show a badge to anybody here, you can show me a badge.
You're a civil servant.
All I did was ask you for your identification. How am I being hostile?
Officer Karen won't directly tell these people whether they're being detained.
Okay, but before the law states, in order for me to identify to a police officer in the state of Pennsylvania, you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, have committed a crime.
No. As long as there's a
Suspicion.
As long as there is a complaint, I have to get to the bottom of the complaint.
But Miss
correct?
Lady, you don't
so
have.
I don't know if anything is
We
going
have an
on.
appointment.
I don't
We came
have,
here for appointments.
I don't know that.
We're telling you.
You came out.
We
here.
don't have to give you.
How's that working here? Because not only is this officer wrong on the law, she's so angry that she tries to shut down this guy entirely. Now watch as these workers again offer to give the officer their supervisor's contact information, which is exactly what she was asking for just a couple of minutes ago.
My lawyer's number?
We can give you our supervisor.
Is that what you would like?
You can contact our
Sounds like
supervisor.
what you're
Who
doing.
you work for. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
My name is Jeffrey Geist.
I am not speaking to you.
I'm talking
when I'm
to you.
speaking to you, I will be looking
Why
at
you
you.
being so hostile, Miss
Don't get
Lady?
on my face. You want to get mad at me?
We
You want to get
recorded
mad at
this.
me because you get mad at him?
Yeah, it's pretty clear she doesn't care if she's being recorded. And Officer Karen knows her reasoning for this stop is falling apart because she'd have already acted on her suspicions if she actually had probable cause for trespass. Eventually, this guy realizes he's just having a circular argument, and he brings out something that really upsets Officer Karen, his constitutional rights.
We don't have it over there.
Okay.
She does not
Well,
have.
how about
she
this?
does not
Until
have
your
her
supervisor
badge
get here,
on.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment. Now, if you want to arrest me, you can do that. I'm sorry you have to go like
Fifth
this.
Amendment as well.
But for a man that's protecting his rights, you
Your
want me to...
rights is what? To
Okay,
identify
no,
yourself?
to plead the
To
fifth
identify
because
who
I have
you're
not
working
committed
for.
a crime. I only answer when I commit a crime, Miss Lady. I have not committed a crime.
All I'm asking you for is your ID.
But I will have... What's your name and badge number? Because you're an officer and you have to identify.
You're responding, so yeah.
Sign it.
I have to identify the police officer.
All right, and what's your name and badge?
I actually don't have to provide that as part of the policy. I don't have that in my policy.
Got me there.
No.
Wait, you lying. You lying. So you work for you the large deal. So yes.
Yeah, but
according
he's county.
according to the
Police department.
He said, I don't have to get that. Yes, they
He's not a
do.
county sheriff. He's like a town.
In the end, Officer Karen had no reason for her stop, and she knew it. The best defense she could offer is that it would have been so much easier if this guy had just submitted to her authority and not made such a scene.
Nope. That suspicion isn't a crime. We're in full uniform, Miss Lady. We're not doing nothing wrong. What do you mean this ain't a
She
uniform?
is not in full uniform.
She has it on her phone.
So what? I could get anything on my phone.
She has her badge, her name.
I don't care. She should have her badge around her neck. Give me
Oh,
her name.
oh.
Okay.
We
Let me
got
ask you
appointments.
this. Let me ask you
Can
this.
I get a
If I call-
supervisor?
She stopped these workers because they looked suspicious, and one wasn't wearing her ID badge. But as you can see, Officer Karen is clearly having a bad day, and she's about to make it all of these people's problem. But just watch Officer Karen's response when she walks away to radio in this guy's name.
Make sure you tell me the right thing. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
I know you're not.
I know you ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong, but I want you to identify yourself because you're going in and out of all these buildings.